Tournament, boy.
You gotta work hard for this, man.
Hey, guess what? You get at least one more day and then play tomorrow.
Yeah, we get 24 hours.
4 more hours.
At least one more.
Take it, man.
4 more hours.
Take it.
All right, you can just get started too. I don't think it's going to be our crew. Coach, just general thoughts on the game here. Really hard part. Close at tied at halftime.
Yeah.
Half pulled away.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we talked at halftime, and obviously we had the 12 turnovers, and we had talked so much about how to approach their press and how they play, and trying to simplify it. And there were a few times where we just got a little overexcited and tried to do a little too much individually, and that's when we turned it over. And I think that's why the game was a little bit closer. In the second half, we did a much better job of just kind of playing simple, running through our sets, which got us great looks, both from the perimeter and from inside. And when you don't turn the basketball over, I think you can get some pretty decent looks against that team. I thought our defense was exceptional. I thought we did a really good job defensively in the second half when Evan did, you know, everything kind of goes through the kid Jamison. He's a really talented point guard, and I thought our mindset was to try and make him do a lot and not overhelp, because he can really do some things to help his teammates get shots, and certainly Evan Guillory did a great job defending him in the second half. So obviously it was a great second half. We made a lot of shots. 13 for 23 from three is pretty exceptional. So great game.
Matt, you all come out, it was tied. That press was a nightmare for you in the first 20. What did you guys adjust early? Because you hit them that 9-0 run, they called the timeout, and that just kind of swept them away after that.
Yeah, I was telling, Lay at halftime, we just got to slow down. Obviously us getting stops kind of, I think Coach touched on this, like getting us into stuff, because if they can't set up the press, then, then we're good to get into our offense. But I think we made an adjustment, just keeping the guard back so they weren't getting easy traps and easy, turnovers. So, I mean, I would say that, but we really just slowed it down and played at our pace. The fans definitely, fed into the atmosphere, and I think we all just looked at each other and just calmed ourselves down. So I'll say that.
Coach, without having a traditional point guard on your team, were you nervous with this draw today?
Was I nervous?
He was.
I might have been a little nervous, just not knowing Saint Thomas Aquinas, and just watching the film. Whether it was traditional point guard, no. We had some troubles early on in the season against teams like Bridgeport and Post at times where we didn't handle pressure great. But certainly, I thought even in the first half, I don't think it was necessarily their press that got us. We turned the ball over more in the front court, not the back court.
Ryan, can you address big picture? You didn't get the outcome you wanted in the NE10 tournament, and kind of take us how the team approached this one today.
So that semifinal loss was very tough for us. We were down. We can't lie about that. But the mindset for this tournament and this game overall was just to have fun. Because when we went on our run after Christmas break, where we won 16 out of 17 games, the whole mindset was just to have fun and play free. Playoffs came, we kind of tightened up a little bit. And I think now we're kind of back to our old ways. We feel confident, everybody on the floor, guys coming off the bench. The biggest thing I see is Evan Guillory plus 26, and he only had, 7 points?
Yep.
9 points? 5 points. When Evan Guillory's playing like that, we're going to win every game. So he's the game changer.
To that point, Coach, how big was it? You had him in there with 3 fouls for a long time.
Yeah.
Didn't pick up that fourth.
Yeah.
How important was that on both sides of the floor, really?
Yeah, no. Listen, he is. I can't believe that he was not all defensive team. He is as good of a defender as I've ever coached. His ability to play one-on-one defense and his ability to rebound and how physical he is. And so, yes, I was keeping him in there. We were going down with the ship with him. Even I was a little disappointed he got that third one in the first half on the offensive rebound, but he really collected himself and did a great job of playing smart in the second half and containing without fouling.
Another big thing for your team, 3-point shooting. I think you were over 50% was where you finished. And if you would just look at that number on paper, you'd say, well, obviously it's Matt going off, which you did. But Noah Kamba comes in, knocks down 4. I think Brathwaite had 2. There were a couple of other guys who hit 3s along the way.
Yep.
How important is that for your team to help Matt sort of open up the floor?
We've shot the ball well throughout the year. Ethan, of course, is close to 40%. But Noah Kamba, when he is on, I mean, we see him in practice every day. That boy could really shoot. And so he gained some confidence. He took the right ones where they were inside out. I think Ryan hooked him up with a few driving kicks that were he was in rhythm. And once he sees the ball go in, then it's hard to stop him. So he played great. We talked about him after the, downstairs, and he struggled in that semifinal, but he was awesome. He was awesome today, both pressure and making shots.
Ben, you got it.
Ryan, you had that little spurt sort of early in the second half. I think it was after Patterson picked up that third foul and had to go out early on. When he came out, did you feel like there was going to be a little bit more room for you to operate inside?
I would say not really. I think the biggest thing was just me and Matt getting comfortable. We play a lot of two-man game, a lot of handoff, a lot of ball screen with me and him, a lot of actions where I'm setting the screen or I'm keeping it going to the hoop. So once I just got comfortable in the half court, I feel like I could get wherever I wanted to, and that was just the product of that.
Matt, Ryan's talking about you had a sour taste after conference. You had a long wait, a week and a half or so. Now you're playing in 25 hours. What are the pluses and minuses of having that short turnaround after a game like this?
I think it's going to be tough, but I'm thankful that we didn't have any guys who played like 40 minutes. In the first round of the NE10, I played 40 minutes and I had to come back. And we had a couple guys who played like upper 30s, but I feel good right now. And I think, like you said, kind of just that quick turnaround might be good to just refresh. I think we're all ready to go. Like, it was a sour taste, but we're all like locked into this goal. And, I think it just goes back to, the guys that we have, leading. Lay does a great job. Coach does a great job just echoing the right things. And, this isn't like satisfying for us. Like we know what we came here to do. And, so the next one's the most important one. So.
Thanks, Ryan.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow.
Guess the practice